The Halal Times, the voice of Ummah. The New York Times uncovered a shocking revelation on Tuesday. Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion is a 7-story labyrinth of secrets, surveillance, and scandal. But among the unsettling discoveries, one detail ignited a firestorm online. A framed photograph of Saudi Arabia's powerful crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman. In a detailed article exploring Epstein's grotesque mansion, outfitted with taxidermied animals, disturbing artwork, and surveillance cameras pointing directly above his bed, the presence of MBS's photo stood out like a flashing red signal. The online world erupted, but still, many weren't surprised. Others were outraged, and many were deeply disturbed. The MBS-Epstein connection didn't emerge in isolation. Netizens quickly pointed to another photo, Mohammed bin Salman, alongside George Nader, a convicted criminal and serial pedophile. Patterns were forming, and people were paying attention. What is the photo of MBS doing at Epstein Mansion? Why is he seen smiling and posing for photos with sexual predators? Were those pics taken just to keep as a memory or to hint at something very dark? The internet immediately raised these questions after the shocking photo went viral. For those who don't know, Jeffrey Epstein was a Jewish American with contacts to many powerful American politicians. There are numerous video clips of him with Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and other high-profile Americans available on the internet today. He had purchased a whole island for himself, dubbed the infamous Epstein Island, which is a small private island in the United States Virgin Islands, southeast of St. Thomas. Jeffrey Epstein was a real estate agent, Dalton School instructor, and proprietor of a financial consulting firm, and thus everyone saw the island as just another investment of his. However, the island was not as ordinary as it appeared. Visitors transported children from various regions and assaulted them there. The only visitors to the island were Epstein, the American politicians, and other very high-status businessmen whom he had developed relationships with. All sorts of criminal activities took place there, and no one could stop them since the most powerful people on the globe were participating. The island produced numerous tapes featuring the politicians. Jeffrey Epstein's life of crime came to an end one day when he was convicted on federal charges of minor trafficking in Florida and New York. It was later revealed that Jeffrey Epstein was not a regular individual, but rather an alleged Mossad agent whose job it was to trap businessmen and politicians in honey traps by getting them involved in such crimes, videotaping them afterwards, and then blackmailing them with those tapes to get whatever the Israeli government wanted. The pictures of Mohammed bin Salman being found that way in a framed manner raise very dark questions about him, like, what is the relation between Mohammed bin Salman and Epstein, and how deep is their relation? Is Mohammed bin Salman also among many other politicians and world leaders who had some dark secrets, and the state of Israel uses those secrets as a weapon in order to get their support? The process of investigating why those pictures were present, the relationship of each picture, the timing of when they were taken, and the hidden purpose behind their capture is very gloomy. But here's another twist. A year before Epstein's death, officially ruled as self-harm in 2019, he boasted to the New York Times of his ties to the Saudi crown prince. It was no secret and was bragged about by the offender. The timing couldn't be worse. As the brutal war in Gaza continues and Saudi Arabia remains silent, many people are linking the image inside Epstein's mansion to the Gulf's growing ties with Israel. And MBS wasn't the only familiar face on Epstein's walls. Framed photographs also featured Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Pope John Paul II, Elon Musk, Mick Jagger, Fidel Castro, Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim, former Qatari Prime Minister, and Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, CEO of DP World from the UAE. Each image was a clue. Is this a representation of Epstein's power or his leverage? The devastation in Gaza is overwhelming. Today, Gaza is in ruins, and the population of Gaza, be it men, women, elderly, children, animals, infrastructure, or anything, is a legitimate target and is a witness to the worst horrors that one cannot even imagine. Amidst all this, the presence of a Saudi royal's portrait in the home of a convicted child sex trafficker raises more than just eyebrows. It raises questions about morality, about power, and about how deep the rot goes. And it also gives us many answers as to why the Gulf nations, particularly Saudi and the UAE, are so submissive to Israel and why they don't even dare to cut any ties with the apartheid nation of Israel. That's all for today. If you found the video informative and engaging, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazak Allahu Khairan.